Dropshipping is a gold mine. Just pick a niche, find a hot product, run a couple of ads, and just like that, it starts raining money. In theory, sure, it sounds great, but in reality, it doesn't work like that. Hey, I'm Walter, your e-com buddy. I used to work at a FedEx sorting center, long shifts, busted back, and not much to show for it except for sore muscles and a couple of beers at the end of the week. Now, I run several online stores that bring me a steady income. Nothing flashy, no Lamborghini in the garage, but I do make enough to give me freedom and peace of mind. So, in this video, I'll share the top 4 reasons newbies fail at dropshipping and more importantly, how you can avoid those very same traps. Stick with me till the end because I'll also share one bonus tip that made the biggest difference for me. And hey, before we start, hit that like button and subscribe if you want straight talk about e-commerce without all that guru nonsense. Reason number 1, wrong mindset. The first and biggest reason people fail is that they've got the wrong mindset. Everybody comes into dropshipping expecting quick money. They think it's like winning the lottery. Launch a store, run some ads, and wake up rich. That's the story gurus sell. But let me tell you, that's total nonsense. Dropshipping is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a business. And like any business, it takes time, effort, learning, and patience. What usually happens is this. A newbie sets up a store, copies someone else's design, runs a couple of ads, and when sales don't start coming in within a week, they panic. They switch products, switch niches, run random ads, and they burn through their budget, and eventually they call dropshipping a scam and they quit. Sounds familiar, right? That was me in the early days. So what's the solution? It's changing your mindset. Understand that dropshipping is a marathon, it's not a sprint. The first profits might take weeks or even months, depending on your niche and products. That's normal. The key here is to set realistic expectations. Don't expect to quit your job in 2 weeks. Think long term. Think steady wins the race. And most importantly, it takes persistence. You will make mistakes. You will run ads that flop. You will have products that don't sell. That doesn't mean you failed, it just means you're learning. I almost gave up after my first few disasters, but pushing through, learning from every mistake, that's what eventually got me where I am today. Reason number 2, chasing every strategy. The second reason most newbies fail is the constant shift of focus. Look, I get it. Here on YouTube, each and every expert has that one secret formula. TikTok ads are the future. No wait, Pinterest. No wait, Google Shopping. Even I'll tell you I've got the right way of doing things. Anyways, I know the struggle firsthand. 1 week I was selling watches, the next week kitchen gadgets, the week after that phone cases. I spread myself too thin, not sticking with anything long enough to actually see real results. Here's the truth. Hopping from one tactic to another is the fastest way to waste money and energy. So what are the solutions here? First, pick one strategy and stick with it. Don't try everything at once. Choose a niche you like, pick one marketing channel, maybe it's Facebook ads, maybe it's TikTok, and focus on mastering it. Once you get the results, then you can branch out. Second, ignore the noise. Most of those gurus are changing their secret formula every other week. They're doing it for views and of course sales. And it's not because the fundamentals have somehow changed. The principles of e-commerce are stable. They don't change every Tuesday or with every short burst of rain. And third, and this is something that really helped me personally, automate your routine. Once I had multiple stores, I started leaning on specialists and tools for fast-moving trading products. Also, I didn't have to chase every single thing myself. And that freed me up to focus on the stable, timeless niches, the very ones that pay me month after month. Reason number 3, bad products and niches. The third reason newbies often fail is that they often pick the wrong products or the wrong niches. This one's huge. Many beginners go after flashy products they see on TikTok, stuff that looks cool but doesn't solve any real problem. Or worse, they jump into a niche that's already overcrowded, selling low-quality junk that nobody actually needs. I did the same thing. I tried selling masks during COVID. I thought, this is it. I'll make a fortune. But guess what? Everybody was selling the exact same thing. There was no chance of standing out. The traffic was there, but the conversions were zero. So what are the solutions for this problem? First, focus on evergreen products. By evergreen, I mean things that people always need, no matter the season or conditions. We're talking stuff that solves real problems. Take kitchen essentials, for example. People always cook, and they're always on the lookout for tools that make it quicker and easier. The same goes for car accessories. Cars break down, wear out, or just need upgrades, and the demand for products that solve those kinds of problems is not going anywhere. And of course, grilling accessories. Every summer, every football season, every family get-together, you can bet people are getting ready to fire up that grill. See the pattern? These are products people buy again and again, year after year. They're not one-hit wonders. They're steady, reliable, and always in demand. Second, find your niche. Don't try to sell everything to everyone. Narrow things down. Be the fishing guy or the truck accessories guy. When you focus things down, you understand your customer better and they trust you more. People like buying from a store that feels like it's built for them, as opposed to something that feels like some random flea market. And most importantly, the deeper you go into a niche, the easier it is to spot what products will actually sell. Here's a fun example for you. I don't touch cosmetics. Why? Because I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between concealer and foundation if my life depended on it. And that's the point. If you don't understand your niche, how are you supposed to sell in it? Stick to what you know. And finally, offer real value. Don't just pick the first supplier you see. Order the products yourself, test them, make sure they work, and have real quality. If you wouldn't buy it, don't expect someone else to. Reason number 4, bad customer service. The fourth reason newbies often fail is that they often ignore their customers. Dropshipping already has a bad reputation for long shipping times and zero support, and too many beginners make it even worse. They think, as long as I get the sale, I'm good. But when customers ask questions or something goes wrong, they are often met with silence. Here's what happens then. You get bad reviews, chargebacks, and no repeat business. Congratulations, man. You've just killed your store before it had a chance to succeed. So what's the solution? Treat dropshipping like a real business, because it is. Remember that behind every order is a real person. They're spending their money with you. They deserve respect and care. Be transparent. Clearly show delivery times, return policies, guarantees. It's better to underpromise than to overpromise and fail. Provide fast and polite support. Sometimes all it takes is a quick, kind message to turn an angry customer into a loyal one. Even when something goes wrong, good service can save the day. And of course, work with reliable suppliers. If your supplier constantly ships late or sends garbage products, your service will always suffer. So choose wisely. Bottom line and bonus tip. So let's wrap this up. The real reasons behind dropshipping failures have nothing to do with missing some secret formula. They have more to do with basic mistakes. Having the wrong mindset, constantly chasing strategies, picking bad products and niches, ignoring customers. If you take those 4 mistakes and turn them around, you're already ahead of 80% of the newbies out there. That's how you beat the odds. And here's my bonus tip. Find a mentor. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Having someone to turn to when you're stuck is priceless. In my previous video, I told you how my old friend guided me through my first real step. This was Walter, your buddy in the e-commerce world. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Tell me what's the biggest struggle you've had so far. And remember, don't just dream about freedom. Go out and build it. See you in the next one.